Today we're going to take a look at a custom Traxxas Rustler 4x4 VXL that belongs to an AMain Hobbies employee. This truck is 3-cell LiPo compatible. It has brushless electronics and they're waterproof. Today we're going to check it out, see what upgrades have been done to it, and then we'll go out and drive it. Big thanks to Jonah, who works here at AMain Hobbies in our customer service department, and he's also one of our technical specialists with technical RC help, nitro help, things like that. A lot of you have probably talked to him. This is his personal truck. So Jonah just picked this truck up pretty recently, I think last week, and has already done some upgrades to it. Now, one of the biggest things that you probably notice about this truck are these super cool tires. Now, these are not the tires that come with the truck. These are the Proline Trencher HP belted 2.8 tires. We just did a video on these a little while ago. These things are super rad. Here are the stock tires that come with the Rustler 4x4 VXL. As you can see, these Trencher HPs are quite a bit bigger, and they include that raid wheel with removable or replaceable hexes as well as offsets. So they fit on this truck no problem with no rubbing. Another upgrade that was added to this truck that's not included at all is this SkyRC GPS speed meter. We were doing some speed runs outside that we'll show you here in a little bit. The Pro Graphics paint scheme on the truck is standard for the Rustler 4x4 VXL, and it's available, I believe, in orange as well. And in addition to that, the body also has these plastic braces up here. So this is kind of almost like a skid plate for the top of your body, but that doubles as a self-riding feature because this vehicle has that. So on your TKI transmitter, you hold the set button down for 4 seconds, and then the truck will start teeter-tottering until it rights itself back onto its wheels. With the GPS speed meter on the wing, that's not recommended. Another cool thing about this body and its stock factory configuration is it does not use body clips. Instead, it uses the newer latching system that we first saw on the X-Max, and then the e-Revo 2.0 has it. So it's just this locking system that uses a latch here in the back that allows you to unlock the body from the rear, and you lift up from the rear and slide the front out. So you can see here on the chassis, Jonah added one of these dusty motor chassis protective shrouds. This thing is like this mesh system that covers up the internals in the chassis just to kind of eliminate any rocks and pebbles and debris from getting in there essentially. Dust does still get through, and it's recommended when using one of these on a really hot day to just take the zipper and open it up. I think I may have put this on backwards. Jonah had it off and I just put it on for the video. I put this on backwards. The logo goes on the left.
Oh my gosh, dislike, unsub.
Anyways, pretty snazzy system. For the electronic system in the VXL Rustler 4x4, we have a 3500 Valenian brushless motor that then is paired with the Traxxas VXL 3S ESC. It's 2 or 3-cell LiPo compatible, and you can also use 6 or 7-cell NIM batteries. But since this is the VXL system, no NIM pack will ever touch this truck. Like all of the modern Traxxas vehicles, we also have this waterproof sealed receiver box, and then the truck comes standard with the Traxxas 2075 Servo. Now, Jonah told me that soon after he got the truck, the servo actually died. It just failed and was completely unresponsive. That's what happened to us for our Traxxas UDR, which we talked about in our UDR versus SBR Super Baja Ray video.
So yeah, tell us what happened with the servo.
So I got the truck, and unfortunately that night the servo went, just stopped working. Driving it straight, lost all steering.
Went kaputs.
Went kaputs, yeah.
So what do you have in there now?
It's the EcoPower 120T.
120, what's the torque on that, you know, for 6 volts?
Offhand on 6 volts, no, but it's a lot more.
It's like 200 and a half maybe?
Yeah.
So give us some steering action there.
You may have noticed, but Jonah changed his plug here. So he's no longer has the Traxxas ID connector coming off the speed controller. Instead, he resoldered a T-style connector, which is just more compatible for the other LiPo batteries that he had. If changing the plug is something you guys are interested in, we actually have a video on that I'll link to down below in the description. Some other features on this truck that are standard out of the box are the front and rear gear differentials. We have an easy access motor mount, so you can get in there pretty easily, and the pinion gear mesh is fixed, so you just adjust to the size of pinion gear that you're using. Our axles on this truck, on the rear as well as the front, are keyed telescoping axles, which are pretty common, and on most of the Traxxas vehicles. They are plastic, but they are heavy duty, so they should hold up the 3-cell abuse and use. There is no center differential in this truck. Instead, we have a solid drive shaft going through with a slipper system that is adjustable. Our center drive shaft is aluminum, and it also uses a key design. Some other standard features for the truck from the factory are updated front and rear bumpers. So these are kind of impact absorbent bumpers now that can take a beating, so to speak. Those are on the front and the back. And then we also have this wheelie bar back here, which does have a little bit of flex in it. Now, another upgrade on this truck that Jonah did that is not included out of the box are the RPM suspension arms. So that's the front and rear lower A-arms. Now, these arms are available in quite a few different colors. Of course, he has the black ones here, but the RPM suspension arms, whether they're for this truck or any other model, because RPM makes them for a huge variety of vehicles, the parts, these arms, just do a really good job at absorbing impacts. So I'm holding on to the rear hub here on this right rear arm, and I'm just twisting it, and you can see that the suspension arm just provides so much movement and give as the hub is twisting. So the suspension arm just kind of goes with the movement, which is really nice when you're flying down the road or on the trail or in the dirt parking lot and you hit a big rock. The arms allow that give, that flex, rather than just snapping. Another thing I should have mentioned is the underside of this chassis is so nice and smooth. It is an LCG design, so the truck sits really nice and low when you're out there driving. That LCG design really helps with performance. So there's a lot of cool things going on with this truck, and I'm not sure what else to talk about, so let's just go drive it.
Jonah, what do you do for AMain?
Customer service.
What compelled you to get this Rustler 4x4 VXL?
I wanted something to break and fix.
Nice.
I like the fixing mechanical side of it. So Traxxas is a really good brand, really well-known brand. Parts availability is great, so that's and my first car was a Rustler, so kind of partial.
Oh, gotcha. That makes sense. You said you wanted something to break and fix, so does that mean that you thought this truck would break?
No, but I know, knowing me, I'm gonna break it.
All right, well, hopefully we don't break it doing some speed runs, but
Hopefully not.
We'll see how it goes. It's speed run time. What's our configuration on this truck right now, Jonah?
Bone stock. Stock wheels, stock tires, stock gearing, 2-cell.
2-cell. All right, let's do it. $27. So what are we doing right now? What did we change?
Well, we just popped a 3-cell in there, and turn it on, and go see what she'll do this time.
Cool, so 2-cell out, 3-cell in, speed run number 2. So in the first pass with the 2-cell, we did 27 miles an hour. Then with the 3-cell, we did not change the gearing. It was just stock. The 3-cell did 41 miles an hour. So now what we're gonna do is we're changing the tires to the Proline belted. These are the 2.8 Trencher HPs. And we have the 12 mil hex on here with the wide offset. That is a big old difference. Look at that thing. Whoa! Sick! Dude.
Did not expect that.
Ready when you are. Whoa! Okay. So, 41 again? I don't know, man.
I think we gotta try it again.
Let's try it again. Dude, it wheelies on command. Our meter went a little loose on us, huh? 40. 41. All right, this is take 3. We had to calibrate the ESC. It seemed like it was funky. So, stock tires on a 3-cell with the high-speed gearing. Let's see, 53.
53.
And 53 miles an hour was the top speed that we were able to hit with this truck. But a couple of things to note, we didn't want to push the truck too hard because yesterday when we did those speed runs, it was probably 95 to 100 degrees, so it was really hot, and pushing those electronics that hard it generates a lot of heat, so it's not that good for the electronics. The 3-cell battery we were using is also only a 20C. To really maximize our speed, we would want something higher than that. And it's a little bit cooler today, so we were gonna go out and try another speed run, but Jonah called in sick today, so yeah. Some interesting points about the gearing on this truck. The included 17-tooth pinion gear only takes up to 60 miles an hour on the very maximum end. If you want to hit that 65 miles an hour that Traxxas claims, you'll need to purchase separately a 20-tooth pinion gear, and that gear is only recommended for those speed runs, flat, smooth surfaces. And while speed runs are a whole lot of fun to do, it's just like a tiny little portion of the overall fun to have with this truck. So those gearing charts are still important to pay attention to make sure that you have the appropriate gearing for the type of terrain and lipo cell that you're using. We had a lot of fun going out there and driving with this truck though. It's a handful on a 3S, and with it being 4-wheel drive, it really brings its own characteristics to it over a 2-wheel drive Rustler. My only gripe is that I couldn't maintain a wheelie on the wheelie bar in just a nice stable wheelie like some other vehicles can do. And I think it's mainly just because this wheelie bar back here just has quite a bit of flex to it. So it tends to pop back up quite a bit, which looks pretty cool when you're doing it. It's a minor gripe and definitely worthy trade-off for how cool this truck looks. I like it a lot. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video on the Traxxas Rustler 4x4 VXL. Thank you again, Jonah, for letting us use your truck. If you guys enjoyed this video, go down and hit that like button and be sure to hit the subscribe button for our future videos. If you have any questions or comments on this truck or anything else, please leave that down below. And for more information, check out the links we've got in the description box below. I'm Brett with AMain Hobbies. Thanks for watching.